boys and girls. This is David Browning, and this is a Saturday shout out. This is my second one, and it's scheduled for March 20th. And what I'm doing is talking about YouTubers whom I admire. Not a one of these people needs any of my help in terms of support and subscriber base, but this is really all about talking about channels I admire, people I like very much, and people who have helped me. So the first one, and I'm quite ashamed that I did not mention him in my very first video, is Fiber Spider, also known as Craig. He is just wonderful. He does great content. He does really good tutorials and patterns. And outside of YouTube, we have talked, and I've come to like him very much as an individual. I just can't say enough good things about him. He's wonderful. I can't imagine anyone who follows me does not know Fiber Spider, but if you don't, please look him up. The links to him and all of the other people I am talking about will be in the description. Second, I want to talk about Lisa at Ladybird Loves. She is very, very funny, and she has a very defined place in the crochet world. She also does a lot with gardening, and she does a lot of shout outs herself. She goes beyond the world of crochet and yarn crafts and talks with craft people in all different sorts, and she's funny. Her link is in the description as well, of course. Kim at Affordably Crafty is also a lovely lady, and she is part of, along with Ginger from the Yarn Hookers, whom I mentioned last week, they do Affordably Geeky, but Kim by herself is all about finding the bargains, and she finds bargains, I will tell you that. She's pretty fun. I like her very much. I think we have a similar sense of humor and get along very well. Another one I want to mention is Cynthia's Joyful Creations. She has a live stream every Friday night, almost always, and then following a 1 hour general live stream, then she and her community they will watch a movie together, and they will talk about the movie, and they will stitch along. And she also does a lot of other interesting content. I like her very much. She's a lovely lady. Last but not least, and I love her also, Brenda the Newbie Crocheter. She does wonderful crochet work. She does really great YouTube content. She also, on top of the crochet, she creates, she does ergonomic handles for your standard aluminum crochet hooks, and she decorates them really, really beautifully. In addition to that, her husband does woodwork, and he makes those subscribe signs, and he also makes boards that you can use for blocking. I would highly recommend going to her. And for my non-yarn shout out, and there are lots of those I would like to, there's one called The Asher House. This is one man who is all about pet rescue. He himself is focused on dogs, but lately he's also gotten a couple of pigs and a llama. He did have, I think he's still got that lizard that he was talking about for a while, but he's fascinating. I love watching his videos because, like, in the morning, he will touch every single animal as a way of greeting. I think that is just amazing. And he's got like 10 or 12 dogs in his house. I think he's got a very busy housekeeper. Or he does a lot of work when he's not making videos. But he's been very successful doing making pet rescue or spreading pet rescue awareness, for which I admire him very greatly. And he seems to be truly a lovely, lovely fellow. And he's never heard of me, I'm sure, but I'm calling him out. And I will put a link to his channel, and I will also do a hashtag. Maybe he'll see that. So there we go. In the future, I plan to do 4 or 5 yarn channels and at least 1 non-yarn channel every week. I plan to do this for quite a long time. If you have other people you think I should shout out, please make a comment. I want you to make a comment anyway. If you know these channels, I can't imagine you following me and not knowing 2 or 3 of these channels at the very least. But I want to hear how much you love them as well as much as I do. But make your suggestions about shout-outs, and also anything else you want to comment on. As always, I ask you to subscribe, comment, like, share, all of the standard YouTube stuff. And this concludes our shout-out for today. Thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.